Good evening, everyone. No one investigates like News 4. The new round of serious charges is yet another black eye for the Buffalo Police Department. We have a team of reporters gathering details about the indictment, the victims, and the officers that are now under investigation. We begin with Jackie Walker live at Buffalo Police Headquarters. Jackie?
Don, the Buffalo Police Commissioner said today that his office will be aggressive in weeding out these problems. The new charges that we heard today include excessive force and violating civil rights. I want to show you what's involved here. The defendants named in the federal indictment. This case dates back to 2009. 2 officers are now suspended without pay. A police lieutenant has since retired from the force. We did some digging. We can tell you that now retired lieutenant has been in trouble before, and we know of 3 cases that brought serious claims against him. So let's bring in Lou Ragoose now. And Lou, you've been looking into these new charges.
That's right, Jackie, and these are very serious charges. All 3 of those officers could spend up to 10 years in prison if found guilty. These alleged crimes happened 5 years ago, and if prosecutors had waited just 4 more days, the statute of limitations would have expired. 5 years ago, a group of teens allegedly fired a BB gun into a crowd on Tree Haven Road near Eggert Road in Buffalo. And now 3 Buffalo police officers are indicted for how they handled that arrest. The federal indictment states officers Raymond Krug and Joseph Wendell took the same BB gun and shot one of the teens, Donald Silman, twice while he was handcuffed. And the indictment states Lieutenant Gregory Kwiatkowski used excessive force on Silman, Jeffrey Campbell, who's the son of BPD officer Annette Parker, and another teen, and that the force continued back at the police precinct. At a news conference held by the U.S. Attorney, Buffalo Police Commissioner Daniel Durenda said again that the vast majority of officers are law-abiding.
Their badges should not be tarnished by the actions of a few. We will be aggressive in weeding out the few that don't follow the rules, and unfortunately, you'll probably see more to come.
There have been several recent cases involving BPD misconduct, but the acting FBI agent in charge gave a lengthy statement defending BPD Commissioner Daniel Durenda, whom he says is cleaning up the department.
But it's not because of poor leadership, it's because of strong leadership.
Lieutenant Kwiatkowski retired in 2011 and is collecting his pension. News 4 has reported on a number of other cases in which Kwiatkowski was suspended or accused of misconduct. That includes a Lancaster bar brawl in 2010 that included Officer Wendell, who was drinking in uniform. Kwiatkowski was disciplined for not breaking up the fight. Wendell was also suspended without pay. Kwiatkowski, Wendell, and Krug were sued by Silman and Campbell after the Tree Haven Road arrest. But now, 5 years later, not everyone thinks the U.S. Attorney has a strong case.
Logic would suggest that if it were a very strong case, it would have been brought right away.
Terry Connors is representing Raymond Krug. Connors says the statute of limitations for these crimes is 5 years, which would have expired at the end of the month, meaning at that point, the officers could no longer be prosecuted.
One of the things we're going to investigate is why the delay was so long and why it was filed on the eve of the expiration of the statute of limitations.
There's a lot to look at. We just finished looking at everything last week.
So there you just heard the assistant U.S. attorney say they just finished looking at this case last week as that statute of limitations was staring them right in the face.
They were really close to the deadline there. Now, there's a lawsuit here. What about the lawsuit?
Well, the lawsuit is done. Actually, just this last December, the city of Buffalo settled the lawsuit and agreed to pay 2 of those victims $75,000.
All right, Lou, we'll hear more from you.